And before we let you beautiful people go, Porsha Williams has been in the waves in social media these last few days. And what I've seen with my own eyes, and maybe you guys, Seth, or anyone listening can tap into our page, Privilege Show, Instagram, householdentertainment.com. Porsha Williams posted a picture of herself with a man a few days ago talking about how she's happily married and he was divorced prior to them getting together, and
engaged.
They're engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're engaged. Not even just together; they're engaged, and so she's been getting a lot of fire about this thing, and
Why?
Well, because she's engaged to a man who belonged to a woman that was introduced on the show as her friend.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So they've been together for a month, and he's been divorced for a month or two.
1 month?
1 month.
So to me, it sounds as if they had affairs before they were.
That's what people are alluding to.
It's what it seems like. I could be completely wrong.
It's what it seems like, and on camera, the girls go over to, what's the girl's name? I forget the girl who's married to the guy. Go over to the house, and she's like, "Ooh, this is nice," you know. So people are thinking back on that moment where she went into this woman's home and saw how she was living, and was like, "My son could go, my baby could go there, my mom could go there."
Oh my God.
Work. So when she got an opportunity to get with him, that she did. And the post that he's talking about is Porsha, Nubu, and baby daddy, and apparently she knows the man through her baby daddy. The baby daddy does business or something in the vicinity, so that's how she knows him. And I guess if baby daddy's cool with it, then she feel like everybody on her side is cool with it. And one thing she's trying to explain is that though she did introduce the woman as her friend on the show, that's how producers cast. Like you have to be brought in by someone.
Right.
So saying that it was all business when she brought her in. They weren't really friends, and they were acquaintances. So no harm, no foul is what she's trying to say. But but women are saying it's a girl code thing.
That's a new. Is that new girl code, or has that word been around?
Girl code is don't mess with your friend's man. You know what I mean?
There's a whole site on Facebook about women that they post the men that cheat, or like the men that you're seeing.
Wow.
If like this is your man or something like that. It's pretty crazy.
Wow. Like a cheaters, but just like he just left. Here he is. You know,
right, like let me know. Any of y'all dating this dude? This is my man, or this is
I can't.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, if you think about it, I will just say this for heterosexual people, I'll just put that out there because that's where we live in. If women banded together, men who like women could not really get away with much if we stuck together. Now, so that's where the whole girl code thing comes from. If we all do what we're supposed to do, we can force you guys to do what you're supposed to do. Now, if she's a little light in the ass, then you don't mess with her, and then we can't teach you the lesson. You know what I mean? Because you were supposed to learn. You were supposed to be out here lonely, busted, and disgusted when I did you. You weren't supposed to get with my friend because you wanted to be on this reality show anyway, and she has a peach. So now you're really on this reality show, and you're a businessman in Atlanta, so this would be a good look for you. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like we're supposed to be like, that was messed up what you did with my girl Fallon. But girl was like, well, I could do something with this man, and that's the problem.
Well, there we have it.
That's why I introduce people to my man.
Girl code exists, bro code exists.
Like I haven't like certain women I've dated, I have not met any of her friends. You know, like no, I'm not doing that. Like because I know women, and I'm just not doing it. I'm like, wow, sometimes you got to keep a good man to yourself.
Yes.
You know, in this world that we living in.
You don't tell them, no, I'm telling you, if you tell them your business, what you got going on, how the money, with the bedroom, there's literally someone that's like, great, can't wait to meet him.
That's right.
There's a number right there, give that to that dude, and 9 times out of 10, something could happen and you would not even know.
Men are very weak on women. It's very sad.
Especially if someone's aggressive towards you. I'm sure you guys don't get that a lot.
Not all the time. No.
I just shared with a couple people over the last week. Pussy runs the world, I guess. I don't know if it's the grip, I don't know what, but it does have men make some not so sound decisions. And it could go the other way. I mean, it could be the D may drive some people. Who knows? I don't know. But
I mean, women.
I was like, if you got me out here showing my ass and I'm talking about a ring, then he must be amazing at everything he does.
Right. I mean, I just know women rule the world. That's how it's been from the beginning. Like, I mean, it's kind of like if I own a house and I'm married, why am I on the couch? Because women control shit. It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just
fact.
That's just, I mean, men sell drugs. They go to prison for behind women. They try to buy cars, homes, clothes. Everything is about trying to look good for a woman. You know what I'm saying? If there were no women around, there'd be a bunch of dudes wearing trash bags.
No, I agree. That's a good coming from a good man's perspective. You've got women who do the same thing. It's women who cashing out because we all doing the same thing. But my main thing that I take away and that our listeners and viewership is that women do ultimately run the world.
They do.
We wouldn't be here without the birth canal of a woman.
Right.
So, without getting too controversial in conspiracy theory.
I mean, that's what it is. Like, I'm pro fellas. I'm also pro women, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, the truth is the truth. If you can't see in front of your face, then you're just blind. It's right there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Women give birth. They carry babies. Like, what are we missing here?
Yeah. It's crazy to see a woman pregnant and then give birth and then just snatch or not so snatch right back. It's like, you would just had another life in you. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's amazing. I would say it's interesting, not weird. Excuse me, not offending anyone, but I find it very interesting how life is and how how the word labor really makes sense when it comes to a woman.
Right.
Who has children.
Like the fact that women give birth, they're stronger than men. I mean, men might be physically the superior when it comes to lifting weights or whatever, but for the most part, women are built stronger than men internally.
I saw that. And maybe you guys can help me piece it together before we bounce. I saw a picture or something where it was saying they had it wrong. The man was holding, the man was holding the woman. Something, either African picture or ancient Egyptian picture talking about, the coming up of man and woman. And it actually had the man holding the woman as if she was the one, you know what I'm saying? And in the picture that was depicted that they showed us that was not necessarily true was the woman holding the man. I'll send it to you guys and make sure you guys see it, or we'll post it on our Privilege Show page. But I thought I might have knew off top, but no, it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep, and it goes to that same perspective.
That could be like one of those things where Jesus is white things. They put Jesus as being white, right?
Ooh. Yes, they do.
Women were in power in those times.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So maybe they tried to reverse it to make it seem like the men were controlling when really it was the women. So
we were heads of state. We were people who were in power at a certain time until we were colonized.
Right. Mm-hmm. I always say I want a woman who's smarter than I am. Like because I know it's like you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? If I'm the weak link, I know we're great. I love women who will be smarter than me. You know what I mean? Can give me advice on what I need. I mean, come on. I mean, we all love our mothers. You know what I'm saying? Men do. So why would you not want a woman that can actually help you or guide you to the right direction? This is what it is. This is how it is.
You're smart. I was looking at this guy's he had a meme and he had this diagram of split down the middle and had men and women, and he had in a circle it was like all the things that both men and women benefit from, and he had like companionship, sex, etc. And over here for the women he said treated like a princess, protection, free dinners, someone checking on you. And over here on this side he had question mark. And I said, that's not true. I said, if you pick a real woman, you have someone that's supportive, somebody that will encourage you,
Right.
someone that might also be a breadwinner and contribute as well.
Very
I said,
true.
but you have someone that can speak life into you, someone that can bore your air. You know what I'm saying? I was
Right.
like, and if you pick the right one, you can pick a person that treats you like a king and you get all the spoils.
Right.
Okay. So I said, you need to learn how to pick a woman that's right for you. And all the comments changed because at first they were like, yeah, I can't think of a good reason to have a woman.
What?
That's not true.
What?
I can't think of a good reason.
Yeah. And I mean, and then you saw how even the guy who posted it, yeah, that's true. And my ex wasn't like that and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here and these guys are older than me. And I'm thinking like, that's interesting. You know, I would at least assume that someone that was more mature, that had some dating experience, would know that at some point there's a certain type of person you want to be with.
Yeah.
At some point.
No, it's true. Women tell me all the time, like, it don't matter how old a man is, they be immature. Like, maybe 65 years old, 25, the way he acting. You know what I mean? That's how it is sometimes, right?
And at least date younger, you'll get some abs and low body fat.
Right.
That's funny. And you know, we talked about that in our previous episode, the polyamory episode that's blown up on YouTube. Check it out if you guys haven't. We talked about that, and you talked about, you know, people waiting too long until it's too late to find a good mate or find a good partner or companion, you know, or something that works, you know what I'm saying? And so I mentioned companion and partner, and that in addition to relationship, because it always don't have to be a relationship.
Right.
Companionship is what I feel like, and a few people commented I don't want to say older demographic, but from our older listeners, excuse me, a few of them were saying, who were in their older age, was like, yo, how was it? When you get older, it's not about sex, it's not about what someone can do for you, it's just about knowing that someone got your back, and someone that's solo, like a single person. It's not like they got your back and 50 other people's back. It's still almost an exclusive type thing with companionship. So I feel that too.
Well, I have a question. When does sex get old? Like, I mean, like, because I know people say it gets old, like that's not what it is no more. We're together, we're happy. But so when that old, is it old? Huh?
What you say? Their
penises stop working.
I was gonna say either.
Figure out like when it gets old, you know what I mean? Because I don't like. Is it because y'all spend so much time together, you no longer are physically attracted to each other, but you still live with one another? I don't understand how that works. Because I've never gotten old of sex. I don't know how it's gonna work for me.
You haven't been with someone long enough.
So what?
You haven't been with someone long enough, probably.
Okay. Well, I once had it for 10 years. 10 years, we were still. 10 years? For 10 years, we were active on a regular.
That's a long ass time.
It was a very long time. Well, for me,
how old were you guys though? How old were you?
I was like 25 to like 30ish. Yeah, like 35.
Those are good sex years, though.
Oh, are they? Well,
yeah.
I'm still running good on mine. I'm past that now, so let's go.
Hey, you know, I was gonna say, maybe from a woman's perspective, do women get tired?
Yeah, do they? I mean, because after a while, a guy might have the same moves.
Yeah.
Right? Or I mean.
Oh, y'all, most of y'all have the same moves. It's the same.
First of all, I don't. Hold on, let's
I'm a choreographer / creative director, so you know.
Not to my job, but some people I know, I feel like there's a class that they all take. You're like, oh, okay.
Right. Well, hold on. Now, women have said before, like, you know, I like to talk to women. I'm in conversation with women about men. We're wondering how this works as far as like overall how men are. And she does say that, well, women do say that a lot of men are the same. You know what I mean? They do the same exact things. Luckily for me, I'm not that dude. So it was good for me to hear that, because she's like, well, they're like, you're not that type of guy. I'm like, I know I'm not. But I guess that it's kind of typical. It's just the in and out, the same old.
You know,
go ahead.
I feel like, because I was thinking, like, do y'all talk to each other? Where do y'all get this from? Because it's all the same. But I really just think that people are just watching porn, and I think that's how you have sex. And
that's not how you have sex.
No.
It's not it, fellas. That's not it. Like all the pounding you're trying to do on a regular all the time, that's not always gonna work out for you. Okay,
no.
And that isn't the move. And the move also is try to get yours first. Let's be clear here, fellas. It's not about trying to get yours off.
Oh no.
Can we at least take care of the woman first, please?
Yo, listen.
Wow.
This is good combo. I was going to share. It's the perfect explanation. It's time and place for everything. Bang bang ski ski. That's sometime, and then that honey love. I won't never say 3-4 hours all night long. You hear people saying that, and I'm like, who really doing that? Who's going into the middle of the night from 12 a.m. to 6 in the morning? Like,
I mean, you know what that
talk
is?
to me about that if that happens.
You go through something, you calm down.
I figured.
You get back up.
Now, Puff said he once had sex for 24 hours straight. Now, what that is, though, that's called drugs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's you're on drugs. Y'all up all night, all morning long. Y'all just getting it in just because Wow. That's not typical unless you're out here doing drugs.
The body can't handle that, and you can't walk the next day. You're
done. No, I agree. Now, what I will say is that I feel that couples should be open enough to try things out with each other. I will say that, so that things don't get boring, or don't get boring. The flip side to that is you don't have enough couples actually talking about that and being open enough to share those things, so people can get past some of those insecurities. Tank tried to crack it open, and we're not going to crack it open this year, but he tried to crack it open, and he got a lot of feedback in a negative way from our community specifically, and it's unfortunate because a lot of y'all out there are getting y'all ass ate, and you just don't want to say it. So anyway, thanks for standing up. Tank, you like the way I said that?
Facts.
I mean, a lot of and then they try to
out here getting they dick sucked by
all day.
Let's keep it.
I mean, and it, but I get it. Okay, let me say it because the listeners and viewers, I get why someone would try to hide that they're doing those activities, or what, they want to talk about it, but it's like, we got to break it before we can really make sense of it, and so it could stop being a thing. Like, if people, especially our community and culture, stop putting so much on one aspect of certain things, like, we could really probably grow. We would probably be talking and having other conversations about how to grow our wealth and businesses within communities and shit. Instead, we're worried about who's homosexual, who's cheating on why men get their butt ate. Like, come on now. I feel like sometimes our culture spends too much time on the silly shit, and it's like, y'all know y'all doing it anyway.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, it's still getting done. So who's doing it? Everybody's on this side making fun, talking shit. Then it's really big on this side of the corner over here.
Yeah, but it'd be so stupid because the girl would be sitting next to them or something, or you'll see a girl will be sitting on a woman, and they'll end up putting the shit out there.
Yeah.
I don't know why he said that. I don't know why she. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So anyway, yo. Thank y'all for tuning in to it. Wait, let me repeat that. Take it back. Jose Cuervo catching up. Thank y'all for tuning in to another socially charged, debatable, and dope. I really had fun with this episode, y'all. Very freaking candy, yo. Love it. I feel recharged after our break. We've all been busy working on project. Issac Hayes, his birthday just passed. He's not even caught up on that. As y'all heard him say, he hasn't had sleep since April 30th. Cecily Jamelia has been out and about since COVID is, the world is opening back up, as y'all say. You had an event over the last couple of weeks. How was that before we go? How did that go?
My event was spectacular, and I met with a woman for lunch today she said that was one of the best events I've ever been to.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And that's what's needed. So to tell us a little bit about, before we go, what was it about, or what did you do, just so we shared the privilege. It's the privilege. It's your privilege.
I would be happy to. So we created a kickoff event for something called the Amazing Friendship Run. It was in honor of Stan Cottrell. He's a 78-year-old Goodwill ambassador and runner. Guy's got 3 PhDs. He's just a very, very smart guy who has been running around the world just for what he calls friendship runs. And these friendship runs are just ways for people to gather together, to come together for goodwill, kindness, and friendship, regardless of race, creed, sexual orientation, et cetera, et cetera. He's been doing this his whole life. And he felt like right now, the state of our country, this was something that was needed. So he began running over the weekend from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. over the next 100 days. And so people are referring to him as the original Forrest Gump. So So we did a kickoff event in Malibu, and it was also his birthday. So we wanted it to be extra special. And we had a live auction that was amazing. And we had Anthony Anderson as our host for the
that's nice.
So, yeah.
Wow, shout out Anthony Anderson.
Y'all showed up and showed out, didn't y'all? Showed up and showed out. I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the cause is awesome too. And Forrest Gump is a throwback, one of my favorite nostalgic Tom Hanks movies.
Right.
Yeah. So that's awesome, Cec. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, y'all. I feel like, we've been busier this year than last year. And last year we were pretty busy too, right? On a different level. But yeah. Getting busier, y'all. But thank y'all again for tuning in. If you haven't, please check out our previous episodes of The Privilege Show on Apple Music, Spotify, the Household Entertainment app, which is free for iOS and Google Play devices, YouTube, householdentertainment.com, Instagram, The Privilege Show, Facebook, The Privilege Show. And as always, stay up, stay safe, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to y'all later. Thank y'all.
Bye.
All right,
peace. Bye, y'all.